People upset with President Donald Trump's policies overflowed out of a Belton coffee shop. Representative Mark Alford heard their concerns and defended Trump's platform.
I don't think I'll probably get much of a chance to talk to him, but I figured I'd come up.
People came from nearby and from Colombia, even from Kansas.
I heard a lot of booing.
They all wanted FaceTime with any elected leader to voice their concerns. Concerns Alford does not share.
I think you're living in the greatest time in American history.
The crowd groaned or spoke over most of Alford's answers. Elon Musk came up a lot.
Whether you like it or not, Elon Musk does have a security clearance.
Alford told federal employees who've lost their jobs to keep faith.
There are jobs available. God has a plan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. With that clip right there, you can see that Republican voters around the country are starting to find out that this is not what they voted for. Now, that was just a clip of one town hall meeting with one representative trying to push back against his people, which I found extraordinary that he wasn't listening to them. He was trying to go with the talking points of the Trump administration. I got a feeling he's not going to be here next year, but I digress. Across the nation, there are different town halls ending up the same way, and I've got a few more clips for you here. Yeah, this isn't what they're voting for. They're saying that this isn't what they thought was going to happen. I'm having a hard time with understanding what they thought was going to happen after going through it with them in Trump 1.0, and now we're at 2.0, and he's a convicted felon. Did you think he was going to change his spots? No, it doesn't happen. He lied to you, and now you're finding out. He lied to you about Medicare. He lied to you about Social Security. He lied to you about the veterans cuts. He lied about everything that he could talk about because his plan, which was Project 2025, had to stay hidden or you would have all turned on him immediately and he wouldn't have gotten elected. See, this isn't about us. This isn't about you and me. This isn't about we the people. It's about Donald Trump and enriching his family for as long as he can, for as long as he can stay, and becoming a king, quite honestly, if he can pull it off. Now, he's got policies out there that the Republican voters and the Republican Congress now are railing up against. We're talking about federal employees being fired, people who have union protection. You've got Elon Musk sending out a fake email from HR, from the Office of Government Management. He hides behind their banner saying that they have to do this. Well, that caused a few problems within the Trump administration because they had to quickly roll that back and had to have people come back against that. They had to have Pam Bondi. They had to have Pete Hegseth. They had to have Kash Patel. They had to have several different people go to their employees and say, no, don't do this. Because why? Well, it seems last week Trump just got done telling the federal courts that Elon didn't have the authority to fire anybody, but he's still sending out letters saying he's going to fire them. That's causing confusion between his constituents and his Congress. Congress is done with this. Congress is done having to stand against their own people. They're finally starting to come back, and we're starting to see it in regards to tonight's budgets. Now, as I was recording this, as I started into this, I quick checked in on the vote, and it was a tied vote, a dead tie, 413 to 413, I believe it was. Anyways, between the job cuts, between the tariffs, between the consumer price index suddenly taking a 0.5 point dive and the prices of everything going up and the instability of the world markets right now, the people are finally starting to figure out what's going on. Even so much as the people that work for the government, that worked for the Department of Data, I believe it was called, now referred to as the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, under Elon Musk, they had a mass walkout today. 21 employees quit before they would allow their talents to be used. I want you to listen to this clip here.
21 DOGE employees signing a letter announcing their resignation en masse. That letter being sent to Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. Now, these DOGE employees, they are, to our understanding, they were holdover employees that worked at the U.S., what was one time the U.S. Digital Service that through the executive order that President Trump signed on Inauguration Day, turned into the DOGE unit inside the executive office of the president. And in that letter, they're very specific, saying, quote, "We will not use our skills as technologists to compromise core government systems, jeopardize American sensitive data, or dismantle critical public services. We will not lend our expertise to carry out or legitimize DOGE's actions." The DOGE effort becoming even more consolidated around Elon Musk and those individuals that he brought in from the outside to execute this.
Over top of that, even after that was all said and done, we got to notice today, and I'm going to run it here on a little B-roll, that the Supreme Court's going to maintain the pause on Trump's bid to fire the watchdog agency head. If you really were out there trying to help the American people with their economy, with fraud, with waste, why wouldn't you want someone out there doing the job for you that knows how to do it better than you? That's right. You know better than everybody else. You think you do. You bankrupted a casino. You've been sued so many times. You lost a 34-count indictment. You're a convicted felon and a convicted sexual assault person. Yeah, but you know better. And we, the people, including the Republicans, are now calling you out for what you have. I'm gonna end it here. I gave you the Consumer Price Index, and I gave you the representatives that are actually voting as I'm recording this, voting on the budget. And they're saying that this budget is fake.
Currently, I'm a no. There's about 5 of us that are no. I'm not sure why we're going for this vote right now. I'd love to, the 5 of us would love to. It seems that we've all kind of not been included in some of these discussions, and I think that would be the optimal thing to do.
You can't cut taxes without cutting spending, and they're not really cutting spending. They're cutting taxes by $450 billion and cutting spending by $150 billion. That leaves you $300 billion you're going to add to the deficit compared to the CBO baseline. I know there's some people don't want to use the baseline conveniently after 30 years of using the baseline. In there, they're trying to comfort some of the more moderate members and say, oh, no, we're not doing anything to Medicaid with this bill.
Now what? That's probably the big question.
So
now what?
I feel like we were elected. Who disagrees with work requirements for single able-bodied recipients of Medicaid? Like, that's a 70-30, maybe 90-10 issue in America, and they're afraid to put that in writing? Give me a break.
That's not going to work for anybody, except unless your name's Trump and you're taking cash on the side and siding with your boy over there in Russia. You're a puppet. I'll call you that right now. Anyways, folks, it's always wonderful talking with you. I get a lot of response. If you would, just, down below, hit the like button for me. I'd sure appreciate it. It goes a long ways towards fixing the algorithm and helping me with my numbers for YouTube here. But other than that, thank you and have a wonderful night. Good night.